What's up world, G-Murph from Mission DJ here. I'm gonna show you how to beat match by ear today. Super exciting stuff. Disclaimer, there are a few different scenarios out there to beat match by ear. I'm going to show you one where you know the BPMs, okay? I can make a different video on beat matching by ear, say vinyl records, where you might not know the BPMs, or if you have a faulty MP3 that you're trying to work with that doesn't show the BPM. But this is when you know the BPMs, okay? Most digital vinyl software will give you a nice registered BPM, okay? So, and the second thing I'll say is it's all about practice. I could give you the best tips in the world, and hopefully some of these ring true as those in this video. But if you don't practice, it's not gonna make sense. It's a very esoteric concept at first to try to figure out which track is faster and which one's slower, and then which way to move them accordingly to beat match them, okay? It's like speaking an alien language at first, because your brain is not used to hearing two beats at the same time and figuring out which is faster, which is slower. So the more you practice, the more those connections and synapses are gonna be created in your brain, and you're gonna be able to, it's gonna click, and you're gonna be able to do it, okay? So practice, practice, practice. I cannot stress that enough. That is the key to success here, all right? My tips will help, but your practice is what's gonna get you there, all right? Good luck, guys. Have fun. Mission accomplished. Talk to you soon. Okay, guys, beat matching by ear. That's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be using a controller with a digital vinyl system to show you how you can do this with your controller and digital vinyl system, but beat matching by ear is often required for pro setups like a CDJ setup, or if you have vinyl records that you don't know the BPMs to, which is probably the most complicated scenario for beat matching by ear. CDJs, you usually know the BPM on the screen, and I can make another video about that, but most of you who ask about this are using a controller, so I want to demonstrate on a controller, DDJ SR by Pioneer. So having said that, we can see our BPM on Serato, as you can see here in each of the dials, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and match those BPMs up real quick, because that's what we want to do first. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit spacebar. It's probably the same or a different command in other DVS systems, but once I do that, then that lets me only see the BPMs and not the waveforms that I use to line up and beat match, right? So I'm looking at these little waveforms with the beats right here. So that would be beat match, that would be off. And so that's what I would use to visually beat match. But today we're getting rid of that, and we're just gonna go by ear. So this is a great skill to learn, and everyone should learn it for sure. And there's a couple steps involved. So first things first, I'm using house tracks. House has that nice 4 to the floor beat. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. It's beautiful. It's nice and consistent. It's punchy. It's got those nice kicks and those nice snares, both of which are gonna be the audible cues we're gonna be using to help our beat matching by ear, all right? If you use hip hop, it's gonna be a lot different because, or in most cases, because there's a lot of swing in the rhythm, and the rhythm is a little bit more the beats are a little bit more scattered, just because of the style that hip hop is. And so it's a little bit harder to beat match with hip hop. So I recommend using house tracks, all right? And dubstep goes the same for dubstep. Dubstep has those big buildups and sometimes spread apart beats, but still it's 4 to the floor, 4x4 time signature, so it could work, but house is the best. So I have 2 house tracks here. I'm gonna be hot mixing. Normally I'd bring in this track with my headphones and put that on cue, but I can't demonstrate that in my audio setup today, so we're just gonna be hot mixing and bringing that in hot so you guys can hear exactly what I'm doing from the beginning. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start this track out. It's the end of the track, it's at the end of the track here. Hit spacebar so I can't see the waveforms. And I have this much time to bring in the track, about 30 seconds you can see. That should be enough time, okay? And make sure I'm set up for success over here. So hit your cue point and get ready to press play at the right time. I have a cue point here, but I'm just kind of gonna go by feel because I can't really see when that cue point's coming up too much. So I'm just gonna go by feel. So I'm gonna hit play. And once I bring this track in, the right track, I'm gonna use, unless my timing is perfect, then, and I don't have to do any adjustments, you know, that's why you wanna work on these timing exercises that I've provided and also count to the beat. So, you know, go to the rhythm. Try to bring it in as best you can with good timing. If you don't have good timing, then you're gonna have to adjust. And I'm not perfect a lot of the times, so I have to always adjust anyway. So what I'm gonna do to adjust is, again, don't touch the top here because this is heat sensitive. And just like a vinyl record, it's gonna stop the track and it's gonna throw off your timing completely, and you're gonna be in a worse spot than you were. So make sure you only touch the sides where the grooves are in your controller, and that's gonna adjust it, okay? So it speeds it up or slows it down, as opposed to if vinyl mode is on, that is going to stop the record. If it's off, then you can just use it to adjust it. But I always like to keep it on. So word to the wise, adjust on the sides, all right? And then when I'm adjusting, let me reset here. I'm gonna pick a starting point. I always like to use the top right by that screw, all right? And I don't really know which way I need to go until I try going forwards or backwards, okay? Because ultimately all I need to do is speed up the track a little bit if I have good timing starting out, or slow it down a little bit to line up those beats, all right? And so I'll show you what I mean here in a second, but I want a reference point to start so that if I went the wrong way and and it sounds like more shoes in the dryer going this way, I'm like, oh no, it went the wrong way. Then I can go back to that starting point and then experiment from there the other way. And I'll show you what that means here in a second. So I'm going to the beat. So it's definitely off. So I'm going to start at the top here and I'm going to go forward. Sounds like it's getting better. Cool. Now it's getting a little off, right? So I went too far. I'm gonna come back. So I did it the first time in those 30 seconds. The track ran out. I'll do it again. Track ran out of sound. It ended, so I'll do it again. Bring it in quicker this time. Here we go. So that was pretty good timing. But if I didn't have good timing, throw it off. Sounds awful, right? So I obviously went forward. I'm gonna bring it back till it sounds in sync, till it sounds like one beat. Then I can check. And that's beat matched. Track runs out. So I'll do it again, and I'm gonna give myself a little bit more time with this cue point. This cue point is a little towards the end there. So we'll start all the way back here at a random spot. All right. So once again, I'm starting from the top, and I'm trying to listen for how far off that beat of the second track is from the first track. So you kind of have to like split your brain in two. It's like some alien kind of listening you have to do. Right now you're not used to that, and you're literally going by force into your brain and creating new synapses and new connections, which is going to take time, okay? In order to hear both tracks at the same time. At first it sounds like just a mess. Okay, so don't worry, that's how it always is for everyone. But with practice, you will get this, okay? And that's all there is to it. You have to practice this. I can only show you so many times and give you my techniques until you practice and it clicks, all right? So once again, here we go. BPMs are the same. Let me get rid of the waveforms so you know I'm not cheating. Definitely off. Let's try going left first. That's making it worse. We go back to the starting point and go right. Sounding better. Sounds about right. Let's check it. There we have it beat matched. So you see what I did there? I started at the top. I went left. It sounded further off, more like shoes in a dryer. Da-doom, da-doom, da-doom. As I went back forward, it sounded a little less like shoes in the dryer. And as I went further right, I fast forwarded the track. It went from to that beat, that singular beat that we want. We want those beats lining up, okay? So I'll do it one more time for you guys. Give myself some time. Reset over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Way off that time. So I know I was late, so I'm gonna fast forward it. Closer. There it is. Too far. Sounds about right. Let's check it. On point. And I'm looking at these peaks right here. Those are lined up. Good to go. All right, guys, hopefully that helps. Practice, practice, practice this until you're blue in the face. It's not gonna make sense at first. Hopefully these tips and these little pointers, like reference points, will help. Good timing is everything. I'm seasoned enough to get this probably pretty good with good timing, so I'll show you what that means, looks like. I'm just gonna hit play. That was pretty good, but not quite. Nope, I was off. There it is. Oh, get rid of that. Once again, go for good timing. You're not gonna get this every time. That was pretty good, but it's still a little off. Sounds about right there. Let's check it. Yep. I'm just gonna keep doing this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Stop this, reset it. So, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Went the wrong way. Sounds good right there. Let's check it. Awesome. So you see I went this way, and then I went back up to my reference point at the top here, 12 o'clock, and then I went this way and found it. Last time. And again, guys, I have nothing to reference here except for my ears. I'm not looking at any beats. If I was, it would look like this. Okay. Let's do it. A little bit off. Sounds about right. So I went a quarter of a turn there, and I'm on. So I went the right way that time. Most of the other times I was thought it was this way, and it messed me up, so bring it back. Cool. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope that helps. This is a very important skill to learn, so I highly recommend it. And yeah, happy spinning.